Howdy, gamers, and welcome to Checkpoint Reached, a weekly show where we will discuss a topic in gaming every week with some occasional news stories thrown in, some movie and TV quotes, and some random life rants. That's because that's what we do. Thank you all so much for joining us. I am your host, Lex, along with my co host, Ernie.
Hello, hello.
What is up, Ernie? How are you doing today, my friend?
Uh, I'm great. I'm doing well. I still have the freaking plaga, dude. I feel like it doesn't go away. I don't know what's
Laga.
going on.
Hmm.
Today I've gotten it worse where it's just like I've had the worst coughs but I'm doing well, dude. I apologize. Hopefully you don't hear it in the audio. Hopefully you guys are good. You guys are just like, wow, this guy sounds like I don't know. I can't think of a really great or like, person that does the radio. Ryan Seacrest. I'm just kidding. I couldn't think.
You kind of look like him.
Thank you.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Because my Daisy, my girlfriend, my person, as they say,
The
she
person.
has been
Yeah.
sick for over a week as well. I don't know what's
Yeah.
going around. I luckily have not caught this plaga. I'm staying away. I'm quarantined. I have the big X on my door. I'm just kidding. Or does that mean they're dead?
Yeah.
Huh? That's bad.
I don't. I think so. I think so. I was gonna say this guy's walking around with the plague mask, doctor, the plague mask doctor. You know what I'm talking about? That has like
Oh
the big
yes, yes,
nose and
yes.
Italian Renaissance era with a little bit of
The big old
freaking
nose.
cilantro. He has cilantro though up there because he's Mexican.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, man, sucks, man. Hopefully you get better. Hopefully this makes you better. Oh,
Sorry, I know you can't hear it. I blocked that,
oh,
but
good,
the
good.
fact that you're like
No, I was just saying,
yeah.
yes.
Oh yeah, sure.
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for the
Hey, wait,
setup.
hold on, real quick. Hold on, real quick.
That's all I was waiting for
My
you, and I made that
wait, I
noise.
know. My friend, how are you?
Thank you for asking. I'm doing great, man. Like I said, I'm avoiding La Plaga. Had a fun-filled weekend, pretty busy. The weather's been odd. We got some sunny days, we got some rainy days, but we got some fun days, when we talk in these little episodes. So thank you for asking. I'm doing well. Before we get into the topic this week, we have some breaking news. Maybe not so breaking for everyone, but kind of for us. Death Stranding 2 on the beach gets a release date of June 26, 2025, and a 10-minute deep dive trailer. The reason I'm putting this as breaking news is because it has been silent since we first got this game announced. It has been pretty quiet. And when this came out, the fact that it's coming out on June 26th in like 3 months is pretty insane. Ernie and I think I'll speak for myself, but I thought this was coming out next year, 2026. But no, it is coming out soon. And I know we're both excited. Ernie, I know you're excited.
Yeah, I am definitely very excited. Well, what's funny is that a lot of speculation, right, in the air. They say, there was rumors, tremblings, in the gaming space.
Mhm.
Apparently, the game was supposed to come out till the next gen version of
Mm,
the PS6 or whatever. That's what I remember hearing people say, and I was like, that's a little crazy. I don't
Still too
think we
soon, it felt
need.
like, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I remember when Death Stranding was announced. I felt like that game came out pretty quickly, but then again, it wasn't on my radar as
Mm-mm.
hard as DS2 is. You know what I mean? And I think that
Real
isn't
fans
a
call it
testament of
DS2,
how.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It is a testament of how excited we are now that we had played the first one because it took us a while, right? We've talked about that, and yeah, I'm super excited, dude. That 10-minute. I don't
Deep
even think
dive,
that was
yeah.
a trailer. That would look like a freaking whole ass like story, right? That they
And
just
ty and
gave us.
typical, like, Kojima, like, I'm not a big I've never been a really huge Kojima guy. I know you have been. Hideo Kojima which is the developer of this game. He made the Metal Gear
Yeah.
Solid games. I know Ernie's been a big fan of those. I didn't really get into them. However, I don't think we ever talked about Death Stranding on this, so I'll do a quick little story. So, basically, when it was released, I remember getting it and not being a huge fan. Actually, I don't think I ever got it. I don't know how. Maybe I did, and I don't know if I sold it. And then later on, I wanted it again, and Ernie ended up getting me the Game of the Year edition for my birthday, and I still didn't play it. I couldn't get into it. It just took a while, and like, people, if you're not familiar with this game, it looks like a walking simulator, right? That's what everyone says it is. They're bored. Oh, this is boring. You're making deliveries, but it's so much deeper than that. And like, I think it took me 3 tries, and when I got on my third try to play this game, I was in. I was strapped in, and then Ernie, he hopped on along the ride, as they say, and
I
we
hopped on his
both kind of
back while he
yeah,
was carrying
yeah,
it.
exactly. We kind of beat it together, and which was fun. It was a lot of fun. We got to talk, and basically we're at the same spots. He helped me, I helped him, whatever. And it is a blast. It is an amazing game. If you're afraid of playing this game, I would 100% recommend it. I love that now that this trailer came out, I feel like people are like seeing and starting to play more, I notice people are like trying giving it a go now, which is very exciting because it is an awesome game. And like I said, to get back to my point about Kojima, like I've never been a fan of like I don't really not I wouldn't say not a fan, but I've just never really played his work. And after I played this, I'm like, I'm in. I'm in. Like whatever he comes out with next, I'm doing it. I don't think I can get back to the old ones. Maybe when they do the remaster of Snake, I'll give it a go. But
You
yeah,
said
sorry, it's a little long-winded.
hold on,
But yeah, typical his
I
fashion
want to
and
say
that
something.
trailer like never ended,
You
right?
said
Like that
Metal
because I feel like
Snake.
that game never ended. Oh,
You
is that what I
did
said? I think I was gonna say Slug. I kind of mixed up. What is it? Metal Gear. I'm
Metal
sorry.
Gear, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but sorry, that was long-winded. But it's yeah. You want to add on that about Death Stranding one?
No, yeah, definitely. I think I'm with you. I think same thing, right? I when I was playing the game, it took me a while. Like I had purchased it the day like when it came out, I had bought it. And so I just always had, this game and I couldn't get into it. And I don't know what it was. It's not like the game looked terrible in any way. I think what ended up happening was I was looking at like I used to look at a lot of reviews at the time and I remember seeing reviews of people complaining about the overall gameplay of it, right? The walking simulator, this is what you're doing and all this. And so I was like, man, I don't know if I can get into this right now. And I always blame this Call of Duty and like Fortnite. I was playing a lot of multiplayer at the time. At one point I just stopped playing single player and that's just what it was, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, so when you and we had seen the trailer for Death Stranding 2, I believe, when it was announced, and we're like, well, we should probably give this a go again, right?
Mhm.
And we're like, let's actually stick to it. And we talked
The
about
first
it.
trailer, not this new trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, the first trailer for DS2, which was
Mhm.
like, man,
Over a year
whenever the
ago, I
heck
feel
that
like.
came out, it was a while
Yeah.
ago, yeah. And so when we saw that, we're like, okay, that looks awesome. Like, let's try the first one. So we're like, let's stick with it. Let's kind of go with it. And when we did, so I bought it on PS4, and then I got it on PS5, and then dude, this is you're gonna laugh at this one. Victim of circumstance, right? Had it on PS4, got it on for PS5 to upgrade, and then I went, and then I had it on Epic Games because I got it for free, and then because I couldn't play it on my Steam Deck from Epic Games, I bought because I wanted to play it on my Steam Deck on the go and on my PC. I ended up buying it in that time for Steam, and so I bought. I mean, I've have a few copies of it, but whatever, it doesn't matter. But so that's the way I ended up playing it, and I finished, and obviously we beat it, dude. Wonderful game. Like Lex said, you got to stick with it. You just got to keep playing it because the game isn't exactly what you expect it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a lot of walking, but eventually the gameplay starts to kind of unravel itself, and there's a lot more to it. And man, I've talked about this many times with Lex, but he does some great moments with music, and I think he in this game particular, you'll be doing something, and it's like it's just there's nothing going on. It's just like you're walking, and you're seeing just like this world that's basically destroyed in its own way,
Mhm.
and then a song starts to play as you're walking, and it hits so perfect, and I don't know how he does that because I mean there's games I've done it, but this is like it doesn't feel like it should have been there. But it is.
Mhm.
Like I think there's one particular moment I won't get too into it, but I'm climbing up a mountain with a motorcycle because eventually you get vehicles, and the vehicle dies on me, and then so I have this package. I won't say what it is, but the rest of the way I have to like trudge along with this package on foot, and then like
Mhm.
all my suit is decapitating, so it's like it's destroying, so like I don't have as much like like
Traction in the
power to
snow and
traction and
yep.
all that stuff
Mhm.
in the snow, and then a song starts playing, and dude, I remember being like, oh my gosh, like this is freaking wild. This is I was just like, wow, I can't believe I'm like playing this right now.
I'm
This is
here.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can definitely do a deep dive episode before the game comes out, I feel like, on our experience in the game. Yeah, I primarily played it on my PlayStation Portal when I had it, and it played really well. Fantastic game. If you have a chance to play it, I would definitely recommend it. You can probably get it pretty cheap now, I would think. I think it's also available on the PlayStation subscription. Um, so yeah, please. I mean, it's great performances, a great game. I think you have to get past like the first 2 chapters and then it just gets going. Those chapters are very long and it takes you a while to introduce you to what's going on and it takes a while. But then once you get everything, you get your upgrades, you're in, you're like, "Oh my gosh, there's so many
Yeah.
different ways I can do these packages." it's almost comical in a way too. Like you can stack like at least like 10 of them on your back, and it looks
Yeah,
funny, right? And you're like you have
it
to balance
does.
with the controller. It's a good time. But
It
anyway, give
is,
it a
yeah.
try if you haven't. I definitely recommend. That's yeah, that is our breaking news. I won't get into it more because we can do that another time. All right, I do. Does thou agree?
I agree. We'll do a deep dive soon. Before the game comes out. When is the game coming out? June?
June 26th, my friend, before your
So we'll
birthday or
probably
after your birthday. I'm sorry. Maybe a little birthday gift. I'll get you
I dude, honestly.
a little collector's edition. Oh, that's a good
Oh,
segue, but we're not
I
starting
love
there yet. Before
yeah,
we get into today's episode, I want to ask,
please. Ask
what
me.
games are you playing or still playing?
So I am still playing Hogwarts Legacy.
Hmm,
And boy, do I have a story to unravel.
please.
I'm having a great time, dude. I'm like 20 plus hours in now from the last time we've talked. And the game's awesome. Like, it's really great. It is getting to the point of repetition where I'm like, I don't want to be doing this anymore. I kind of want to progress in the story.
Hmm,
And they do a lot of, like, I don't know what this is called. Maybe there's someone who's coined this term or has said something that about this, but there's a lot of like where it's like, you got to stop here before you continue and
yeah,
let's
one
do
of
some,
those
and
things.
it's kind of
You're
annoying
not the
because it's
correct
like,
level or some shit like that, right?
yeah, exactly. And it's annoying because I'm so invested in what's going on. I'm like, dude, this is so cool. Like I just want to know what's gonna happen. Like that's the thing I love about games. It's like if it's intriguing and I kind of want to keep going, let me keep going. Like I get it, level up and all that stuff. That makes sense. But it's like I should have a natural progression of story leveling to like side quest leveling, which is different. I
Hmm,
think they should have. There's a lot of things in this game that I think they could definitely fix for the next one that ends up coming out. But
hmm.
yeah, man,
I'm
just grind. Go ahead.
I will say, yeah, there are moments later in the game that do get tough, and if you're not the right skill level, it's going to be kind of difficult. So, I see what they're doing, but no, I agree with you as well. I just wanted to throw that in there. I mean,
I've
you
had
should
that,
be able
yeah,
to just
because
progress.
I'm at level 24,
Hmm,
23, something like that.
you're
And
pretty
there
high.
was a time when I was 20 and they were like 22 or something, and it was rough, but it was so cool because I was able to I know it looks really
The way you
silly
did
the way
it,
I did it, right? You like that, like
yeah, that was
no, but
pretty
like
sweet.
you do like these cool like things like where it's like you're doing that
You're just
and
mixing
you're
your combos
fighting
together. Hmm.
exactly, and it works so well. It kind of now one of my favorite moments in Harry Potter is I want to say it's Goblet of Fire. Oh my gosh, Prisoner of Azkaban. I want to say, but it's when Commissioner Gordon comes out, which is Sirius Black, and he fights Bellatrix, his cousin. And when he's fighting all of the Death Eaters or whatever, he like fights, but the way he fights looks like
Might be
old
Order of the
school sort
Phoenix,
of.
I think.
Is it
When he's
Order? Oh,
actually,
sorry, Order of
yeah.
the Phoenix. I apologize. Thank you, Order of the
Hmm.
Phoenix. And he's fighting like sort of old school, and this game kind of reminds me of that. It's very like
Yeah,
kind of like
like
regal in its
raw.
own way. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
pretty
pretty
awesome.
sweet. But yeah, so yeah, been grinding that out. I am, I want to say this because I am playing with mods. I'm on PC
Hmm.
and I put on mod. I'll tell you the mods I have. I've unlocked all the little green things to fast travel,
Yes,
and I unlocked to fly everywhere, and I also did extra like storage for my stuff because I
did
hate
the
being over
storage.
encumbered. It's annoying. And so yeah, those are the things that I did, and they worked really well, and I'm having a great time doing it like that. I don't feel like I'm losing anything, but I will
Mhm.
say this: it sucks because if you look at my achievements on Steam, I only have one, and I can't get any while I'm playing with the mods. And
That
I
makes
did not
sense.
realize this until I was like hours in already, because I
Yeah.
would have just stopped and done it like by itself because I
Yeah, but
wanted those
yeah.
achievements.
Mhm.
And I was like, well, this sucks. And so, yeah, like now nothing has procced like any of the achievements, and
Ah,
so I'm kind
is
of
there a
stuck with
mod for
that.
all achievements? I'm just kidding.
I was talking to freaking friend of the channel, Kyle Golden Doodle. And I was telling him exactly what I'm telling you, and I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna find someone's save file that like has on Steam that has all the because I'm like almost 100%ing the game. I'm doing like a lot of the stuff, bro. Which is funny because I know you're making fun of me about my side quest, but I'm actually doing the side quests. I've gotten almost all the spells. So yeah,
That's good. Yeah, I had to type something down because you gave me an idea. Maybe we can do an episode about cheat codes and mods. Because it's funny because when you say that, and I remember, PlayStation 2 era, Xbox, like cheat codes are such a huge thing, and you're just doing it. But then
yeah,
as they introduce like trophies and achievements, if you use cheat codes, you couldn't get any of those. And I remember that I'd be all sad. I'm like, oh, like I'm like, man, I want those achievements because at the first time it was like cool in the beginning, right? You're like, heck yeah, these are awesome. I want these. Um, when it actually gamer score as they used to call it. Remember in for Xbox, I don't know what it got you anything, but anyway, that's cool, man. I'm glad. Hope you get that done by the next time we talk. And yeah, it sucks that it slows down because it does slow down at the end. I remember that as well, and I was like, okay, I just want to get this done. I'm done.
Yeah, I mean yeah. How? What about what have you? Sorry, I apologize. I thought you were gonna keep going. You're all.
I did it again. He did it again, bro, folks. I
I
mean,
can't. I apologize.
set me
It
up.
is that yeah. I want to set you up, but I'm so used to setting yourself up for the most part, right? You always go like, well, let me tell you what I'm doing or whatever. But
Yeah,
all right,
not all
well,
the time.
no, that's all right. It's all right. I
Now that
got
you've been
you.
censoring me, nah, I'm kidding.
Look at my
I'm
accents.
kidding.
But let me ask you a question now.
Yes, please. What is it?
Um, I don't know how to ask you this, but what have you been playing? You like that?
Oh,
It was a
I
little
didn't
too
know.
much. A
You know,
little
that's
too
a
much. A little dramatic.
curveball.
A little dramatic.
So during the weekend, I didn't have too much time on my hands to play, but as I said last week, I dove in to a little Dave the Diver. Just give it a go because it's been a while since I played. I'm just trying to getting used to it because I realized like if you're not familiar with the Dave the Diver, you're a scuba diver who during the day dives through the sea, collects fish, and there's a bunch of other story stuff that happens with the game that I won't spoil. And then during the night, you run a sushi restaurant from everything you fix. So I'm a little further in, and I have like a staff, I have stuff. So like the beginning day part with fishing is fine, but the restaurant part is still pretty hard for me. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. Am I doing it right? Because it's just been a while since I played. Um, so I haven't played much, but it was fun to play because it's a great game. If you haven't played that game, it's pretty awesome. It has awesome music. It's like ding, 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 ding. So, but the big game I wanted to talk about that I've been playing, my friend, we talked about it last week. It inspired last week's episode, Split Fiction. I purchased the game. I wanted to purchase it full price. I know usually I don't. I like to wait for a sale, but I want to support this developer because they do everything right. They're doing great games. The director he's a good dude. It seems like, and I wanted to give it a try. Now let me tell you, I played about maybe almost 2 hours of this game, and this game is awesome. I played with my buddy Jamie, friend of the the channel. Uh,
We're
we
friend of
played
the
like
Chan, dude. Who's
Yeah,
Chan?
I know,
I love that. I
and
love that. I love that.
Ernie almost didn't wanna talk to me after I played with him.
No, I
But
freaking so he if you guys remember from last week, he said he was promised to me. I'm just joking. No,
exactly.
no, he thought I was gonna get all mad at him, and I was like, dude, no,
No,
man,
no, I
play.
know, I
Which
know.
I'm dude. Honestly, I'm super happy that is freaking awesome to like have a game to like finish with someone is like one of the coolest things. So I'm so
Yeah.
excited for you guys. That's gonna be awesome. But
No, but yeah,
continue. I apologize.
this game is really cool. It's a lot of fun. He had never played, I don't think, any of the games before, like It Takes Two. He was aware of them, but he
Oh
was
no
playing it.
way.
He was
Oh,
having a
that's
good time as
awesome.
well.
Yeah.
We got pretty good, and we're like, it was funny because like he had to leave, and I knew he had to, but he's like, "Should we just get to the next checkpoint?" All right, let's get to the next checkpoint. Hold
Nah, I
on, and
love
like
that,
it
dude.
just
Yeah.
kept going. Like,
It's like
we
let's
better
keep
stop.
going.
And until we like died, he's like, "We should just stop here." And
It's one
dude,
of those like when you're playing Fortnite and you're like you're having a really good game, you have a really bad game, and you're like, we can't end it like that. You know
can't
what
end
I
it like
mean?
that. Can't end it like that. Exactly. But yeah, dude, it's a lot of fun, and he doesn't own the game, as we mentioned on the last episode. You don't have not both people don't have to own this game. You just download a friend pass, and he's able to join. I think you can crossplay. I'm assuming. But yeah, dude, it was awesome. We had a great time. We were laughing. It's funny, like a lot of stuff that was going on. Like you get a little farting pig, and we were just cracking up because I was just go, like, all right, see you later. I'm like, just fly away, dude. It's so funny, and the protagonist seemed pretty interesting. It just seems like a typical story, but I mean, there's probably something deeper. But we're still in the beginning, and it's I'm excited, man. I'm really excited to keep playing it. Hopefully, we have a chance to play it a lot more than more time because I know he doesn't have as much time because he has a newborn, but make time for games. You know what I mean? So that is what I've been playing this week. Having a great time. Um, Actually, he just messaged me now. Split with a question mark.
That's awesome.
But that's fucking funny.
That's
He knows.
awesome.
He sees me. He sees while I'm sleeping. He
Yeah.
sees me while I'm awake. Um, Now, anyway, so yeah, that was what I've been playing, my friend. So let's go ahead and get into this week's episode. Our topic of discussion is gaming pre-orders and collector's editions. Now, we've been kind of talking about this for a while. I feel like this has just been a topic we've always brought up with games. Um, pre-ordering nowadays, it's just like, back in the day, we talked on our GameStop episode, right? We talked about how, we'd scramble money just to get these new games. We put $5 on a game, you reserve it. That was like most places. And you felt like you owned so many games because you can reserve multiple. I remember those times I would reserve like four at a time and I'd feel like the world, but it was only like $5. And then you would come in every once in a while and pitch in and just and boom, boom, put your more money towards it. And you just got these games. There was nothing. And funny enough, I don't like remember like these games. They probably weren't always great, but they didn't always have a bunch of issues, right? So the real reason I'm bringing it up now because nowadays when you pre-order a game, you get a big old patch that you have to install right away, and these games are broken. And that's why I wanted to bring it up today, like how we've stopped pre-ordering games because of this reason. It's because like why, and plus it goes on sale pretty soon, right? Um, I know you're a big advocate as well, but there's some games like Death Stranding 2 we'll probably buy right away. Obviously I brought Split Fiction. I didn't pre-order it. There's really no point to do it anymore. And I want to talk about this with Hogwarts. And a lot of games they do now is like if you pre-order the game and pay extra $10, you get to play it 3 days early. And I remember I did that with Hogwarts because I really wanted to play that game. And I was like, this wasn't worth it. I played it, but I'm like, I could have just waited. Like, what was the reason? You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Sorry, I thought yes. I don't know if you were setting me up, but man, yeah, I agree with you. I think we've gotten to a point in just gaming that there is no real reason. Back then, there was a lot of pre-order now. Like GameStop would do a pre-order now and get the red lightsaber or something really stupid, like sort of cosmetic, and it was awful because a lot of that stuff was tied to that pre-order. You know what I mean? Which was terrible. I ended up I think Assassin's Creed did it for some of their games at GameStop where it's like pre-order and get the Mayan Mountain or something stupid like that, right?
The Mayan Mountain.
And I remember being like, yeah, dude, silly stuff like that. And I'm like, well, this is ass. Like, I don't want to pre-order from GameStop. I don't. What I ended up finding out eventually was if you went to Target, they usually had the copy of that pre-order and it was in the game. It's not something that they would give you. It was already in a copy of that version of a game. Does that make sense? So there was like different copies of it. Mm-hmm. So one would give you the Mayan Club or whatever the heck, and there's things like that. But either way, like you said, listen. I think we stopped pre-ordering because of what you said. Games were broken. There was no real reason to do that. Wait for a review. Wait to see if it was good. Right. Wait for all that stuff. We had so many disappointments. No Man's Sky wasn't that great. Cyberpunk. Mafia 3
almost,
when I bought that
all
was
the
broken
Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah, like there was always something
Any Ubisoft
wrong.
games.
I think Assassin's Creed Unity I pre-ordered and that game was like broken at one point.
No.
Like it was really bad and I didn't end up beating that game till I got it for PC. I mean, at that point it was all fixed and everything, but yeah, there were so many disappointments that just like, what's the point of it? And it was crazy because you would get these reviewers, these people like the Access Media we always talk about, but they would get these copies like months earlier to play these games, and either they gave it a good review because the game was okay, or they were like, well, the game didn't run well. And it's like, because they didn't have the day one patch. And it's like, it's crazy because we're so used to now having day one patches of everything. And back then it's like we got a Nintendo cartridge or like a Sony disc or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's like that's what you got and you're done.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It's funny. I thought about what you're just saying right now too.
Yeah.
It's like, remember the days? I feel like I don't see this as often anymore. It was when games go gold. Remember that? Like it'd be like a couple months prior that, hey, the game's gone gold, and like people get excited. I don't see that as much anymore.
There's a few games that did it this year. Like
you still
I think
see it. You'll see
Silent
it.
Hill, but it's not. Yeah, it's not as consistent as it we used to have it. Right?
It used to be the big thing.
Yeah.
Now it's like it goes gold the day before.
Yeah,
it goes gold.
Yeah, and I think I was telling you this. Well, my conspiracy theory is that they're stretching themselves too thin, rather than focus on one particular part of the video game. The gameplay, the story, and all this stuff. They're like trying to do all these other things and expand. Like, oh, let's make a bunch of freaking microtransaction like outfits. Let's do that. Let's waste valuable resources on that crap. Or like I think in the new Assassin's Creed Shadows I had sent you. I mean, it's whatever if you like it or not. But it's like they created this like in the gameplay. It's like you can basically make a little.
It's a hideout.
What would you call it? Like a little hideout townhouse or something.
That's
for
what
yourself.
it's actually called. Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why? Like, why am I doing this? Like, am I like, am I murdering people? And I'm like, I need to rest now.
I mean,
Let
hey,
me
it's like a little
go.
hub.
Yeah, I was trying to do
Well,
a freaking Jin Sakai's voice. I need to
oh,
rest. You know,
but
uh,
did you get that in Harry Potter? Like they have
yeah,
that
they
little
do
area you can use. I did not spend
yeah.
any time. There, and again,
I mean,
that is for
see that.
someone.
See, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I know people would love it, but it's like that's the small group, my
Mhm.
friend. They're trying to
Especially in
cater.
Assassin's Creed,
Yeah,
you're not
yeah,
looking for
yeah.
that.
They're so what they're doing essentially is like, oh, you know what? Let's create a sim in this action adventure game. And it's like you're gonna get. Let me get this small group of people who like Animal Crossing and bring them over here. No, you're not gonna get every one of them. What five of those people are gonna come over? Like, no, waste the money on something else. And that's
Yeah.
the problem, right? And I think that's why a lot of games don't go gold, because the games that are going gold aren't doing all that crazy stuff. Think about it.
Yeah, I mean, and I wonder too, like, do you think they added that? Because that probably was an original thing for Assassin's Creed because it was supposed to come out in November, then it was February, and now it's March, which by next week, I believe, the end of next week, it'll be out. Do you think that was
Yeah.
just like, let's just throw this in there? We have some time because they give some extra polishing time. I don't know.
I mean, from what I heard last time, and again, this is all speculation and like hearsay, because a lot of these, we get the Access Media version, and then we get the YouTuber people that are like, we know people in the industry or whatever. I don't know if they
Yeah,
do or
yeah,
not, but it's like it could be a lie. But apparently, the reason that they needed more time was because they were changing the story of
because the controversy.
because of the controversy with the Black Samurai. So they're gonna like focus on the girl as more of the main protagonist than what's the guy's name again? I forgot his name.
Yasuka, I believe it was. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
something. I don't want to. I was gonna say Yasuka too, but I don't want to get it wrong.
I don't want to say. Yeah,
But
sorry if we're wrong.
it doesn't. I mean, whatever. But his character, I don't even know the girl's name. They just look cool as
I
heck.
think it's like
But
now, Nao. I think.
oh, so you want your money and you want him? Yeah. Sorry, I
Ah,
apologize.
he's good. He's
Hey,
good.
yeah,
He
thank you,
comes
thank
up,
you. I
but
did.
it's sorry. I don't know if you were done with your thought.
No, I am good.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like we're talking. I know it sounds like we're picking on Ubisoft specifically, but rightfully so, right? It's because these guys are all like they released Star Wars Outlaws in August. They
Yeah,
claim that the reason they delayed Assassin's Creed Shadows is because of how Outlaws performed as far as sales and just it was bad. It was not unplayable, but it was bad. I think now it's a little better. I actually was playing it. I didn't mention on my Let's Playing because I just played it for like 10 minutes before I was getting ready to play another game, Split Fiction. um, and I was like, yeah, I mean, it seems a little better, but I mean, I haven't played a lot of it. What's sad. I mean, hopefully, I really hope Ubisoft changes our minds with this Assassin's Creed Shadows. If they just give themselves some times, but then also you think about it, they were working on what Skull and Bones for, gosh, 7 years or something like that, and the
yeah.
game still came out not good.
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
it's development hell, right? They don't
yeah,
have a clear cut like what they're trying to do. I think the really bad sign. And I know we're gonna talk about pre-orders, but like let's talk about development from what we've seen. Right now, we are not game developers. We don't make games. We don't know what it takes, and we know it takes a lot. Right? It's a lot of work. But from what it seems like, if you see a game developer lose their game director like more than once or twice, maybe they always have a different one. Something is wrong with that game. It doesn't have a clear development cycle, and it's not going
mhm.
to do well. I don't think I've seen a game that's done that. Maybe there has been in history that I could recall, but for the most part, the newer ones, they if that is happening, it's probably not going to do well. And
Yeah.
again, like the reason we're picking on Ubisoft primarily is because we love Ubisoft. I buy every Assassin's Creed game every year. I've bought almost every Far Cry. I think I stopped after like
Last one
six,
was
which is there is
6.
no
That was
one,
the
right?
last
Yeah.
one.
So I guess I ended up getting it. So,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean? Like I've bought every one of those games, and I want them to succeed. But we'll see how this does, because this is like apparently this
Do or
is the
die.
game that is the do or die, right? Like if they don't do well, you know,
Yeah, we don't
it's
know. It
done.
might things
Or
could be
it
going
might be
bad.
done.
Yeah, so I also wanna talk about, like, let's get back to the pre-order, area. It's like pre-ordering nowadays too is like you're not getting anything anymore with the physical media. Obviously, physical media is kind of fizzing out, some places are still obviously selling it. They still have it, but, like Ernie made a good point to me this one time. He's like, "Why do I have to pre-order this game? It's gonna be available. It's on digital. Like, why is it gonna run out? Like, I don't think so." Like, no, it's not. It's there. And you're
Yeah.
right. And it's like it wasn't like before where, like,
There was a
you gotta
time, right,
call
when
multi
games would
yeah,
run out, right?
you have to call a store, like, "Do you have this game?"
Yeah.
"Yeah, we have a couple copies left. Can you hold it?" They're like, "Sorry, we can't hold it." "I'm on my way." You're like, "Dang," you're like, and hopefully you'd get it, like, that
But
thrill's not
back
there.
then,
I mean,
but
obviously,
that
I mean, I'm glad it's not like that anymore because I
yeah,
can
but
get the game I want.
that's the thing, like, so back then when games were out, it
In the
wasn't like it is
now.
now
Mhm.
when it's in the now time. It's just not as popular as it is now, right? I think
Yeah.
after COVID in 2020 and you got another like group of like hard gamers when they started playing Call of Duty and all that stuff. A lot of PS5 sold and all, you know what I mean? And because of COVID, people were staying home and playing games. And I
Yeah.
think that was a resurgence of a lot of video games being sold. In my opinion, maybe I'm wrong, but I do feel like a lot of people started gaming more because they started hearing more rumblings in the streets, right?
Mhm.
And so I don't know. I feel like at the time when we were playing, it wasn't as big. It wasn't like a lot of people were playing them, so they only made a certain amount of games.
Yeah,
Or
definitely.
you know what I mean? So I don't know. And I mean, like, because like now it's like you go to a store and the shelves are like stocked with crazy amount of games, and like it's funny
All
because
old
you'll
games,
see.
yeah.
Yeah, you'll see like old games and they're still like $60 and I'm like, why are they not like changing the pricing? Like no one's gonna buy these games.
Yeah,
Like you go to
exactly.
Walmart and if you ever go to Walmart, you guys go check it out. Like go check out the Nintendo Switch games and those games are like stupid ridiculous still. Like the amount of money that they cost, you're like,
I mean, that's just
okay.
Nintendo for you. That's what they do. But I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, don't go buy video games at Target. I remember back in the day, like when I used to go to Costco with like my mom when I was a kid, I'd see like there was always the games for like $10 less than what that retail like at a GameStop was or something. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need this game now. And it always came in like a weird packaging. But yeah, but I mean, back to like what I was saying, like it's like a lot of these games don't come with stuff, and it's funny. Like I want to touch on like how you mentioned the example you used where it came with, I don't know, Call of Cthulhu. I don't know what the heck he said, but I,
Mine
I
something.
wanted I wanted to bring up this too. Like recently, the Indiana Jones game that came out. It's all, oh, you can pre-order the game, you get his suits, and then Ernie goes, "Wait a minute, isn't he? Are you in first person? Like you can't even see him in the suit."
Can't even
And
see it.
when he climbs the rope, you can see him, but like it was
Yeah.
so funny. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you're so right. Like why do you need
Yeah, yeah,
that?"
it's like as ridiculous as Call of Duty selling skins in the game. Like you can't
Exactly.
see the character. I mean, Fortnite makes
Unless you do a
sense.
cool kill thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Fortnite makes
exactly.
sense.
Yeah, but it's like you hardly people get that. But
It just
yeah,
reminds me of like that Simpsons episode with the Malibu Stacy doll, and like they're all rushing,
mm,
like, no, it's the same doll. He's all, yeah, but he has a new hat. It's like, and it's
yeah,
true, right?
it's
It's like that's what
crazy.
they're trying to sell you is like, oh, let's add this. And now like
Mm.
Fortnite sells like shoes. I mean, that's a different story, but it's like I'm like, oh my
No,
gosh,
yeah, the thing is
seriously,
that they're pushing the limits of what they could sell to
they
people
definitely are. They're
digitally,
gonna
and then
sell
people
underwear
are
soon. Who
stupid
knows?
where
I
they're
don't know.
doing it because like I think they make a lot of money, and I think that's the not the problem because they sort of set a precedence for most microtransaction games, and that's what they're trying to get to.
Hmm.
But no one's like gone to that like I guess Fortnite level of selling cosmetics. I want to say because yeah, I mean it's different with Fortnite. It's very meta, but um, I wanted to say this about because you said you don't get anything with games, and I wanted to bring this up because one of the things that I guess you could pre-order physical, you could pre-order digital. It's not like you're gonna run out of anything, but when you pre-order physical, Lex, you don't even get the game anymore, right? You get a disc, but you have
That's
to
what I was gonna bring up a
download
little
it.
later. Yeah. Hmm.
And so, well, I apologize that I brought it
No,
up
no, it's
now,
fine. It's fine. Please.
but like, cause you're speaking on things you're not getting in it, and it's crazy because I had a buddy who I think it was, yeah, he bought Halo, what's the new one called? Infinite, right?
Infinite. Hmm.
And he's like he's got the disc and it's like really it's like there's no bookcase in or it's like the little the case but there's no booklet in it like we used to get and it's like and then you put the game in and the game's not even in there. It's just like
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you bring up that little book. I remember getting a game, and on your way home, you're reading that little book and you're studying it, and it was like, it's like,
you would open the game before you would get to the house so you can
yes,
read the little book while you're
no,
on the
yeah, while
road.
you're waiting because you're so
Yeah, while you're
excited
waiting.
for it.
Oh dude, I
No,
yeah,
and now, yeah, and I'm gonna bring
I
that up
remember
as
that.
well. This physical, so then they started introducing like steelbooks, right? That's what I really got into. I was really obsessed with getting steelbooks. I already knew this, and I would
I
pay the
do.
extra 10 to get it. But
Yeah.
there was games that were like, okay, it's coming out. You get a free steelbook. That happened a couple times. I'm like, oh, dude, heck yeah, I'm gonna get it. Pay for the deluxe edition, get a steelbook. Now these steelbooks are locked behind these collector's edition that are $200 plus, and like I already said, no game inside. And it's like, what is the incentive here? Like, why? Like, I mean, I love Steelbooks. I mean, obviously, I like, um, I'm not like, I don't know how to say this, like being mean to like collectors. Like, more power to you if you get a collector's edition of something, sure. But it's like, it's just crazy how they, and they're so expensive. They're like always 250 or more, and you're, it's like most of the stuff you're getting is cosmetic stuff inside the game. It's like, and it's like, play the extra 10 hours that's not available, the DLC, until next 2 years. And you're like, well, I'm gonna
Yeah,
be done with the game.
play the map Machu Picchu or
Yeah,
something like
exactly. Exactly.
it
And it's
bathe
like,
your character in the waters of Lake Minnetonka for 20 extra. You know,
yeah. So
it's gotten
now,
ridiculous. There is no incentive. Like
no,
it's gotten
and
ridiculous. It's crazy.
sorry, then when I say this, like last, when they had Star Wars Outlaws coming out, Target actually offered the steelbook with purchase of the game. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want this because this the thing. But I'm like, oh, but it's Ubisoft and it's Star Wars. I'm like, I don't know if I can do it. And I didn't do it. And obviously it worked in my favor because I got the game a lot cheaper. But I'm like, oh man, it's just like, I was
And
a sucker for that too. Like, I
and the
was doing
steelbook
it where
case was dope.
I was getting these steel books, and like the game wouldn't even be good. I'm like, but I just wanted the steel book, and I stopped doing it. And now, obviously, they don't really come. It's
Yeah,
pretty rare, and it doesn't come with
yeah.
the deluxe editions anymore. It's always just the collector's editions.
Uh,
Very sad. Very. And you know what I noticed too? Now, even Death Stranding 2 doesn't even have a steel book. I was like, oh no, are they getting rid of the steel books? Like, what's happening
Probably. I
here?
mean, because you gotta realize that at some point people are probably like, oh, like you see it that people aren't really there for the steelbooks. They don't really care.
No, yeah, of course. They
Like
want the
I
little doll or the thing that comes with
yeah,
it, right?
there was I wanted to get into this because I thought this was hilarious and I hated this so much. But there was you could buy, I want to say it was Battlefield 1,
Mhm.
and you can buy this collector's edition of the game. And I was like, man, it looks cool. It's got a little statue and everything. No game included. It's just the collect. It's just the statue, and I'm like, why are you selling me this statue? Where the heck is the game?
Yeah.
And yeah, that was a tricky one. I kind of want to pull it up, but while I let you continue,
Yeah, I mean, like I was looking at the Death Stranding thing, and it was funny because I texted Ernie, "Well, that collector's edition looks sick," and he's like, "Well, you have the letter. You want the letter from Kojima?" I started dying
yeah,
because
dude,
I'm
yeah,
like,
it's
"What
like,
is it gonna say? Thank you for purchasing my game.
oh, here it is.
Sorry, there's no game."
Yeah, there's nothing here. Look at check this out.
What
Is
is it?
it
Let me see.
Battlefield 1? Look at it. This
Okay.
is looks dope, right? Steelbook
Yeah.
case. Look at that.
Mhm.
Steelbook case, great. Read the fine print.
No game. That is, yeah. I
Why?
remember. I think that was one of the first games I feel like that did that, right? I don't know. For some
Yeah,
reason, I
because
have
look
a,
at dude, he looks dope.
yeah. No, it is
This game
cool.
was awesome. Is awesome. I was talking to my brother about this game recently. Has some great cinematics when you're playing it. It's wild, but like, dude, yeah, like why?
Yeah, I think a lot
Why?
of people, I think, get these for for that, because it's funny because like a lot of these games always come with like pictures of the game and a little manual about the game. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna read any of this. I don't even want this. Like, I'm looking right now at the BioShock Infinite, because I remember that one had the big songbird, which looked pretty awesome. It has some cool stuff in there, but it's like, as like a big poster of like one of the little things you can get. I mean, I forget what they're called. The
Did you?
vigor, is that what it's called?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Did you not get the? I thought you got the collector's edition for Infinite.
I did not.
What was the key that you had that would you would go like that? You would
So
spin it, remember?
I think I got that with, like, the deluxe edition.
But
And
was it?
also,
Or was it not the book? Maybe
oh, you know what? It's
the
because, okay,
guide, right?
there was a point I was obsessed also with limited edition guidebooks.
You know, let me tell the audience or the friends of
Please.
the channel here. He was also obsessed with me at one point, but that's neither here nor there. That's for another story. He
But I
was
can't
pre-ordering me
seem
a
to
lot.
find a collector's
Tell me.
edition of you.
That is a
I'm trying
collector.
to look for a Funko Pop of you, but I still haven't
Yeah,
gotten it.
yeah, yeah. Look at him. I have it right here. Oh,
It's because
dang it. Here it
I
was.
got him one for, his birthday. But yeah, no, I did not get that
I
one. But
can't
yeah,
find it.
I think I only had, like, Last of Us, BioShock, and one more for the edition guides. Then I was like, "Why am I doing this?" I'm like, "What is this obsession?"
Was it not Hitman?
No, it wasn't Hitman. I didn't get
Hmm.
Hitman.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, then never
but
mind.
yeah, I remember, and I think I talked about it on the games episode when I bought Bully. It came with a dodgeball, which is like, it was a funny.
God,
It's like,
that's
you
awesome.
see like where they started, and then as it starts evolving, it just gets like a lot crazier, right? Like
Yeah,
Last of Us 2 came with a backpack. I was like considering, I'm like, that backpack's pretty cool. I always
yeah.
like getting a cool backpack. I think you're the same way.
I
Um,
am. I
I
am.
will say one of the
You,
cooler ones was like a Doom Eternal. It comes like the helmet. I don't know how big that helmet is. I haven't
But
even
I'm
had
definitely
notes to
putting
go
it
from.
on. You're like, dude,
I
I think there was
putting it
one
on while you
that.
play.
Do you remember when they had it? Now I don't know if you guys remember this. Actually, this was a while ago. This is a very a dog time in gaming history. But Fallout 76 had been announced, right?
Mhm.
And I believe they were releasing it with a duffel bag that was supposed to come with the game. People ended up pre-ordering it, thinking it was going to be awesome. It looked great or whatever. And when they got the game, it didn't come with the duffel bag. They changed out the bag and gave you this cheaper
What?
version. Do you recall this?
No, I don't.
I'm gonna look this up for you guys while you continue. But
That is
yeah,
awful. I mean,
yeah, it's
yeah,
crazy. But that yeah,
what a slap in the
duffel.
face, right? I mean, that's just and
Yeah,
there's also like there's so many different collector's editions. I would recommend people looking it up if they're not like familiar. I actually did. I think one of the only collector's editions that I have of recent,
yeah.
I got I got the Starfield one, and I ended up getting rid of the watch. The watch was cool, but I ended up selling it because I'm like, I don't need this. Oh, the bag, is that the bag?
Yeah, I'm gonna show it to you guys right now.
So
So
right
this
now
is
on the
the
screen,
one.
everyone, he is showing us this bag. Now, what is the bag they offered? If you can pull
So
that up,
this
I
is
don't.
the canvas bag that you were supposed to get. This is
Okay.
the one that was announced. I think it came with the yes, here it is, Power Armor Edition of the game
Hmm.
for $180. Now, apparently, they ended up they the one they gave you was like a nylon one, which I'm gonna try to pull up. But yeah, that's basically the better version of the bag. Let me pull up the nylon one,
Ah,
okay?
that's too bad, man. I mean, that is horrible. I mean, I yeah, that luckily didn't happen to me. Um,
I mean, we didn't we
gosh,
didn't we didn't pre-order this game. We didn't really
yeah.
care
I mean,
for
I
it.
wasn't a big Fallout fan, but I mean, that's yeah. I mean, that's the other thing, right? Like, you don't know how the quality of these things are. They always look cool when they get unboxed. I would say, like, I almost
Yeah,
did the Spider-Man 2 version. I remember because I wanted the Steelbook because I just love Spider-Man, and they were giving you what was it, 15 inches of Venom.
yeah,
They did this thing
yeah,
every if you're not familiar with this, they announced it like, "Oh,
uh,
someone posted, like, you get 15 inches of venom." And everyone's like, "Wait, how
yeah.
many inches?"
I think this is the version of the bag that was like the cheaper one.
Oh,
See, yeah, it's this one that they announced,
yeah, it looks all cool, and that one just looks like, "Here
and
you
then you
go."
get a really a nylon, which is a lot crappier, which is crazy. Like, why would they think they can get away with not giving you this cool canvas looking one? It even says canvas. This is
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you also you gotta think, I don't
Yeah.
think that game did that well when it first released, right? I think it's a little better now.
It's a lot better now. Yeah, definitely. I think it's gotten better, but yeah, at the time, I think when it was released, it
That's
did
that's
really
also the
bad
gamble
poorly.
too. It's like you're gonna
Yeah.
buy these collector's editions. This game's not that good. Like I just said, like Starfield, like I bought it. I'm like, this game wasn't that great. I haven't even really played it.
I know. I
And
freaking love the controller you got me, dude. That thing is
yeah, I
awesome.
mean, I bought the special edition controller thinking this game was gonna be, and I ended up selling the watch, like I mentioned. And I was like, man, this is. I'm like, why did I do this? Um, but then you get some games that you trust, right? Some ones like there's the one I'm looking at for Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, take a look at that one, man. That one is pretty cool. It comes with like a lock set. I mean, what do you need this stuff for? I mean, you probably
Which Red
don't.
Dead Redemption 2 or 1?
2, I'm sorry, yes.
Thank you.
Um, dude, it looks so cool. Comes with like a little chest and a little puzzle you can get. They give you a lot of stuff because I think that's the thing with Rockstar too. Is like you can trust that brand. You can trust them to give you something good. Um, look at all that fun stuff. Like I would love to be able to like open these up and pull it. Like gives you a game, like a collectible challenge, like these cards like to play with. Like it's cool, man. I don't know. There's probably this treasure map has some secrets of the game. Pretty wild stuff, I would say.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's I've never, dude. I've never been a big collector's edition guy. I
Neither
think
have
the
I.
only collector's edition I bought when I was like younger for PS3 was Infamous because it came with a really cool duffel bag. I still actually have that bag. It's like a slight. It has a little Sly Cooper sticker. It's for Infamous
Oh,
too,
that's pretty cool.
and I freaking loved it. I'll pull it up right now. But
Yeah,
yeah,
please.
dude. Dude, that is crazy, man. You're like I love doing this. I love doing this channel with you. I mean, I love talking to your good friend, right? But like, there's something about some of the topics that always brings a nostalgia, and it's like it kind of grind it like it
No,
gets the gears going where you're like, dude, oh my gosh,
no,
I
yeah.
forgot about
There's
this.
what
Like,
like I recommend anyone on their free time just look up game collectors editions. There are so many that I wanted to include as well, but I'm like, we don't have time because all we're gonna be doing is like, oh, look at that, look at this, because like it's
yeah,
exactly what it is. But like that's the thing, as I'm saying, is like these enticed. I've been enticed. I was enticed by the Death Stranding. I was enticed by Spider-Man. Starfield got me. It's just like, man, sometimes they're like, and like, look at the Cyberpunk one as well. Like that one's pretty cool. Oh yeah, you do have that bag, the Infamous. I think the Sly Cooper one sells it. To be honest with you, the Sly Cooper.
Yeah, you see that the little
That's,
sling bat, this little sling pack. It comes with the game. It came with a soundtrack and a comic book.
I mean, yeah,
And this
yeah, it's funny
cool,
because a lot of
cool.
games came with soundtracks. I'm like, I'm not gonna listen to any of
You
this.
know, it's funny. Steam still does that. Like, if you
Really?
buy a game, you'll get a soundtrack, which is like,
Yeah, I remember.
I'm not gonna. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, like in the days of like Spotify, Apple Music, and all the other channels you can use, it's like, why do I need this? I guess if it's for you, but like, look up the Cyberpunk one. Like, look up Cyberpunk's Collector's Edition, and like, it's crazy because like, it looks cool, right? It looks like it gives you a lot of stuff, but then you buy the game and it's terrible, right? You're like, and then you're just stuck with this game that like doesn't work. And it's like, man, but look at like that's pretty awesome, right? You got V, like, dude, it's so you just never
yeah.
know. It's a gamble, and like as a collectors, like most collectors, probably I don't know how
I
they
think
if they open them.
I have a version of this game where I got those stickers. I still have those stickers. You know, the one that we
Mm.
got. It was like
Yeah,
a
yeah, and that one it came with the that's the a game that came with a steelbook for me
what?
when I pre-ordered.
Oh, cool. Oh, I didn't know you had a steelbook for this.
Yeah, I did, and I was never able to play the PS4 version because it never worked,
Just as
and
bad.
and
Yeah.
so now, but now I'm
And
playing
this
the one
is,
on Steam, which
dude,
works.
this is such a great game too. Like it's an awesome game, and I can't wait for you to go back and finish it. Hopefully, you finish it before we get Assassin. I was gonna say Ass Cred,
I don't know,
Assassin's
man.
Creed Shadows, man. You definitely do. It's like I think you're at the end. You're really at the end.
I'm
So
milking
I
it.
mean,
I am milking that game
you are
a
like
milk.
a milker.
I mean, so yeah, and I was also I think God of War Ragnarok I was almost kind of a sucker to get as well. Um, it comes with like a little
I
hammer. It comes with the
Yeah,
steel. And it
yeah,
was just it's the steel books for me. I love a steel book.
yeah, yeah.
That's
I
why I'm
wanna
always like, I won't.
I wanna say this as well because
Please.
you know you say you're not a collector and
I mean,
you slowly kind of got into it like here and there and you're talking about the God of War Ragnarok, you know, the collector's edition. But you ended up getting the controllers as well, right?
I
You
did.
got to,
Yeah,
and those were pre-orderable as well. Like, I mean,
that's true.
you know,
That is
we
true.
talk about games and
I
the
almost got the
pre-orders for
Hogwarts one.
games. Yeah, yeah, but there's also accessory ones that are pre-order
That is
ready,
true. I
and
didn't. Yeah,
there's the PlayStation 5 PS1 version that you got. That was a pre-order as well.
that is a collector's.
And
Yeah.
you know, like, and you know, I understand, I get it. Like, had I've not had this PS5 already and not seen like more pros than cons like to getting, I would have freaking loved that PS Slim one that you
Hmm.
got.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? But like, yeah, it's just there's just too many things. Like I
Yeah, you're
asked my
totally
wife,
right. I like pick
I'm
and
like, where am
choose
I
what I
gonna put?
collect.
Yeah, I know, and it's like it's hard because like I'm like you, like I think the same, but I'm like, where the heck am I gonna put this stuff?
Yeah, my
Like
little
where?
background you see is like that thing's
Yeah,
filling up, man. I don't have much room for anything. And I keep
yeah, dude.
getting things. Like even this
Yeah,
week that they're dropping a Last of Us PS5 controller. Do I need it? No,
no, but you're gonna get it.
but I won't. I'll try to get it.
Yeah, dude,
It's-
I would freaking get it too, dude. It looks cool,
yeah,
dude.
exactly.
It looks
And we just
freaking
got. I
cool.
mean, well, I just got from a buddy who came back from China. I got a PSP, like an old
Yeah,
PSP, just for like just to have it. Because why? Because we like to collect.
yeah, yeah, dude.
So I think
Oh
yeah, I'm
man,
a collector in that way. Like when it comes to games,
yeah.
like I said, it has to really. I don't know. We'll see what the Grand Theft Auto 5 one, 1 comes with. I don't know. Maybe it comes with a real car or a real gun. No, just kidding. Imagine.
That'd be wild. It's gonna be crazy.
Um,
Yeah, but you know what? I
They'll really
always
get
thought,
you into this game.
you know what I always thought was like, you know how Saints Row is very
Yes.
like crazy with like all kinds of like, you know, fake ding dongs and all those kinds of stuff. Like I
Yes.
always wondered if there was gonna be a game that was gonna bring like the most outlandishest thing in the world.
Like a Leisure Suit Larry, like something.
Yeah, something crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean Saints Row. I mean that new one was not good. I tried playing it. I'm like, this is not good. They need to stick with the old
yeah.
ones, or how the old ones were. But yeah, man, it's hard. I mean, like I said, I'm not knocking people that get these, but like you just got to be careful, right? I mean, it's just like gosh, there's and like the price now are like I said are so expensive. They used to be like 150. I almost got the Indiana Jones one because it was like 180 bucks and you talked me out of it. You're like, dude, it's gonna be on Game Pass. It's gonna be like, why? I'm like, you're right, but I wanted that steel book and I love Indiana Jones. Come a little journal. I'm like, oh, I mean,
You should have gotten it
and
at this point, right? You ended
and
up
the other
liking the
thing is
game.
too, is like some of these collector's editions don't sell. I mean, you can get them later for cheaper. I think the Legend of Zelda 2 one ended up coming out like year and a year after, way cheaper for the collector's edition. And I'm like, dude, you can just wait nowadays. I don't think these things sell out as much as they probably used to. they make abundance because I'm still getting emails about the Indiana Jones one because I had it in my cart and then or I had bought it, but then I canceled it and they keep sending me like, "Hey, it's still available. Come get it."
Has it gotten cheaper or no?
It's still about the same price. Oh, I've actually have not checked. I would imagine it's still the same price because
Yeah.
it's gonna be coming out on PS5 now, so they're probably just not gonna they're not gonna take that down yet, at least. But it is
Hmm.
cool. I mean, I don't need the globe, but I want the other stuff.
Yeah, that's a,
um,
like
and
I
yeah,
think
that's the
when
thing that came with the Temple of Doom outfit, and you're like, wait a minute, and I told you that you're
yeah,
all
yeah.
like,
You didn't even see the guy. You know which collector's edition or one thing I really liked. Now I didn't finish this game, but I really like Starfield. I liked how it looked. I thought it was really cool. Love the design, but you had some stickers that came with your pre-ordered bundle. Do you
it was a
remember this?
patch.
It was a patch. No, was it a patch?
It
I
was a
thought it was a sticker.
patch.
Yeah, it was a patch then. And dude, I wanted it so bad, dude. I wanted it so bad. He ended up selling it to someone else because
Oh,
he
because it came
couldn't
with the
keep it.
watch thing, and I'm like, I don't want to take that out and not include it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it comes with the whole package. I would have definitely given it to you, but I'm sorry, my friend. Maybe you can still find
Not
it.
a. No, I'm not gonna
From
look for it. I mean, the game is not that important. I just
that's another
really
game.
thought,
I think Bethesda games are usually pretty broken as well when you buy them like and play them day one.
yeah.
They usually have their issues. Uh,
Hmm.
sometimes they get funny content out of it, right? You get some funny looking things. Yeah, what was I gonna say? I mean, I want to look at the Assassin's Creed Shadow since we were talking about it, and it's coming out next week.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, take a look at that one. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know how much it's going for. I can imagine it's like 200 something, but it comes with a statue. It looks like it's a little more scaled back on what it comes with, but it also seems like you're getting some pretty cool stuff as well. Um, you got you got now and I keep saying Yakuza. I mean, I don't even know if that's right, but Yakuza, I think. No, that's the wait, that's the that's the what's it called? The gang.
Yasuke.
Yeah, but I don't know. It looks cool, right? I mean, I don't know. What's that little eye thing on the left there?
The Eye of Agamotto. It says, oh, it's a katana thing. You can put your katana in there if you had one, I guess.
Do you have a katana?
Um,
Let me just pull out my katana. Dude, look at the Witcher one.
uh,
I'm surprised you don't have this Witcher one because you
let me
were into
see.
it back in the day.
I mean,
Uh,
I was buying it like crazy, but I mean, that's not.
I mean, by the amount of times you bought the Witcher, you probably could have bought this collector's edition.
Maybe, dude. I feel like they probably still have it. I saw one of our buddies, his little brother, just bought a Pip Boy, the one from Fallout. You know, talking about the
Yes.
thing on the wrist. He ended up buying it, and he was showing us, or he showed me a little video of it, and I was like, "That's so hilarious." It's a
Yeah,
good.
one of my old coworkers had the same thing, and he's like, "I sold it for a lot of money." I was like, "Oh, that's pretty awesome, man. Good job, good for you." There you go,
Yeah,
dude. I know you wanted the unicorn.
yeah, I wanted the one where
Statue.
they're butt ass naked. This
Yeah,
is
man. I
sick.
mean,
I didn't
there.
even. I've actually not seen this because I wasn't into The Witcher at the time that it had come out. Like I wasn't like super into it.
No, and I feel like you probably wouldn't
I
still get
freaking
this.
dude, I love the medallion. I think the medallion is dope.
See, that's the thing with these collector's editions, right? I feel like they are. There's always like that one thing you really want, and you're like,
Yeah,
I don't want to
dude.
buy all. And that's what they. And then they give you all this crap.
Let
Like
me
they
show
give you all
you.
this other crap.
Let me show you one of the coolest ones. And my actual brother owns this one. It comes with something that I would have loved to have had on me, and
Uncharted.
dude, and he still actually has it, but
Mm,
it's Uncharted 3. Look at it, comes out 11/1/11 it came out. But yeah, look at it. It comes with a wearable
yeah,
replica of Nathan Drake's buckle and his necklace strap.
that's pretty awesome. You know,
And
I
he
want
has
to
a
actually, I kind of want to talk about this. Do you
gun.
think, do you think collector's editions that aren't coming out with games is specifically targeted for people who don't want to open their box? Because there's got to be people, but then you can't see the display, right? You want the display, so I guess that doesn't really
Ooh.
make sense. I don't know.
I
I don't know
don't
how some of these boxes are
yeah.
packaged. Maybe some are packaged where you can see it, but like there's
Yeah.
probably people that are like, I don't want to open this. Like, I just want to keep it like in its pristine condition. You know what I mean?
I don't
How do you know what's
know.
in there?
Yeah. Maybe, but like
Maybe, but if you're
you
not
have
getting,
to
if
open
you
it
can't
like cuz
display the
like
stat,
look at this Uncharted one, right? With the statue and everything. It's in this
yeah,
box. You won't be able to see it
yeah.
if you don't open it.
That's the thing. Like, is there a
I don't
little
know.
thing you can
See, I don't know.
open?
I guess it depends on the collector because there's collectors who like to just have and not open. But then there's
Hmm.
like people that have old consoles that they've never opened. They're just sealed. But then
That
there's
makes more
people who
sense
like
to
to
me
take it
than
out on display like your display in the back. You open those, right?
yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. That make like the consoles make more sense to me than
Yeah.
these because yeah, you want to display those statues, but I wonder if that could be part of the reason. Maybe they have like a little flap you can open and like shows them. I don't know. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's an interesting thought. I would like to talk to someone who's like a legit collector.
Yeah.
If you're out there, please like comment and just tell us like what you have and how you choose to display your things. You take it out. I mean, I think most things have a game download, but not everything. It's funny you're bringing up the Elden Ring. I was going to say that. I feel like this is something you would want to get.
Yeah, this is something. This is one of the ones I would have loved to have gotten because I at the time obviously I wasn't. I liked Elden Ring, but I wasn't gonna be. I wasn't as into it as I am now. And man, this collector's edition, bro, with the freaking Melania,
Hmm.
dude.
I see. See,
Dude.
I have that Steelbook because it offered for it when I pre-ordered the game.
Oh no way!
Yeah, and I have the Steelbook. I'm like, dude, that's so
Look at the
awesome. Like,
freaking replica of it. I wonder if you could still buy this somewhere.
it might be available, but I mean, Elden Ring was a lot more popular than some of these
Yeah,
on this list. But yeah, man, it's like I wish I could just buy the Steelbooks because that's all I want. I
yeah,
mean, I know you're into some of those statues. I'm sure if you like look on eBay or whatever,
yeah.
right?
You
But
know, some people. I mean, I've seen on Etsy when because I well, so little side rant here, but
please,
when it was your birthday,
happy birthday.
I knew you love steelbook cases, right? And I've talked about this before, but I made you a customized steelbook case. And
Yes.
honestly, what I was trying to do before was trying to just get you a steelbook case for a game you had that you didn't have a steelbook case for.
Hmm.
But it was like I looked on Etsy and people make them. Like there's steelbook cases that people just make, right? And so I ended up I'm like I'm not gonna do that. I don't even know which games he doesn't have steelbook cases for. And so I ended up just freaking making you one. But yeah, like there's people on Etsy if you want to do that, but they're not gonna be like original, like are the ones from the game. But like they'll look cool. If you ever want to take a gander at those on Etsy,
Yeah, I'm
they
taking
do a
a look
pretty
on
cool
eBay
job.
right now for some of these steel books and like more popular games are a little more expensive, but it's funny because I'm looking they have a Star Wars Outlaws. No game in most of these. And it's all it's just this 3.99. But other games are more expensive because they're a lot more popular, but it's just kind of funny. I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
So you can probably find these games. Um oh, this the Witcher one looks pretty cool, but this says custom made. So yeah, they're not like the actual old school ones. So I don't know how these qualities are. But yeah, the steelbook you made was pretty sweet. I thought it was pretty awesome. I was like, gosh, this is hilarious because I do love a good steelbook. He knows me. He knows me.
Oh my gosh, I just looked up the Elden Ring one on eBay, the PS5 one. Dude, they're selling
Mhm.
for like $400.
Dang, that
Dude, that
is
is freaking
right
wild,
in your
dude.
wheelhouse.
Oh
Right
my
in
gosh.
your wheelhouse.
Yeah, just jeez, no. And someone's just selling the open box statue only 311, dude. Get the heck
I
out of
mean, someone will
here.
buy it. I mean, I don't doubt
Yeah, if you're stupid, but man, that's ridiculous, dude.
that is pretty crazy, man.
Yeah, I'm not down. I'd rather get this one sells 175. I'd rather find someone who like you got to look on what's it called? What's offer up in those? And I feel like offer up will
Yeah,
like
you might find a better deal, but yeah, those
yeah,
people. The
exactly.
only thing with that is they got to meet with the people. It's like, oh man. Uh,
The fingers of the taxes for the
The
people.
facts is yeah, man. But so like that's kind of my thoughts on collector's edition and pre-ordering. I know we're a little all over the place, but yeah, this is why we're just not, you know, to recap a little bit, we don't pre-order because game breaking things and patches that are needed, and you can just these games are always available on digital. I'm a big physical media guy still, but I have leaning towards more of the digital side because some games I don't have the space anymore for these physical things, and sadly it's dying. I wish it stays alive. I hope it stays alive. Um, as for collector's edition, maybe there's gonna be a one game, I don't know, Ernie, that will get me. One of these days will get me, but just that price point, it's a little too much. Like when I did it with Starfield, I was kind of upset at myself, you know?
And I mean, you still got your money back, which is great.
True, but yeah, it was, you gotta go through the whole process and selling fees and all that crap. Uh,
Yeah, which is wild, right? Like I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, I can't believe that I've gone to the point where I'm like, I was like pre-ordering so much. Like, so the pricing of gamings has gone more expensive, right? So Lex and I, we had made this pact a long time ago where we decided we are not buying games anymore unless
day
we
ones,
know
yeah.
we're gonna play them. We're not gonna buy them day one. We're gonna wait. And so, or like wait to see if it's a good game or not, right? Because there was a time where there was a gaming lull where every game was doing terribly, right? Gotham
Specifically
Knights.
last year, I feel like, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
it was bad. I remember we would be like, let's just wait. And then it just, we're like, oh, but we really want it. But we really want it. Just wait. And we did, right? And then we'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm glad I waited. Like, because we would
Exactly.
get like, and it was consistent. So like, there isn't like that is the problem, right? Is like, we haven't gotten a good game to like have the need to want to pre-order. I think Death
Mhm.
Stranding 2 is definitely a pre-order. And you know what I end up doing, guys, is I always end up pre-ordering the day before. There is,
Yeah,
I do all my games digital now. I don't really do physical because I don't have a lot of space in where I
it's because
am
you
in my
want that
area.
Mountain Machu Picchu DLC, right?
But yeah, I want to mention Machu Picchu DLC and
I
the
get it. I
Waters of
get
Lake
it.
Minnetonka and all that. And so what I do is I do it beforehand. Like, if I'm gonna buy a game like Call of Duty, I pre-order the day before because I wanna have it launch ready or whatever. You know, when it preloads it for you.
Mhm.
And so I've been doing that when with games that I know that I'm gonna want to play right away. And for the most part, it hasn't been a lot of them, right? What was I told you, which sucks because Assassin's Creed Mirage was one of the games that we really wanted to play,
Mhm.
and within that month, it went down significantly, like a crazy amount. I think Lex got it for what, 35 $35
Something like that. Yeah.
off some crazy website that I don't know, I don't trust. It sounded like crazy. I don't know what it was. Remember, it was a weird website. It took you forever to get the game,
I know. I was
like
like,
two
it's
months or
gone. It's
something.
missing. I'm like, where'd it go?
Yeah. And then so I ended up pre-ordering it, or I ended up getting it through Epic Games, I think, and it was like $22 with some sort of sale or something. And I was like, dude, I can't believe it was a steal.
It was just stale. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It was a great game. It is definitely a great game. Um, but yeah. I mean, I agree with you with Death Stranding. I mean, I'm also considering, even pre-ordering the new Assassin's Creed because I really want to play it. And if you pre-order it, you get 10 hours of extra content.
Yeah, that's how
That's
I do play it.
available in 6 years. Whatever. I mean, I always tell that story when I fell for it at GameStop, where the guy's like, "You got to pre-order this, man. It's really cool. You get to kill George Washington. It was Assassin's Creed 3." He's like, "What a twist! What a twist!" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I need this. I need this." And I was bamboozled. It never came out. I mean, it came out eventually, but like a year after, I was like, "Bro,
Bro,
you got me."
that is dude. Back in the days, the GameStop employees were shysters or whatever
Because
you
they
want to call
made their
it, or
commission.
grifters, right? Like I mean, I get it. Yeah, they're gonna make the money, and I I understand the grind, but they used to sell to kids like stupid, where they'd be like, well, if you sell this game and you get 10 cents for it, you could almost pay for this game, and it's like, oh, dude, it was
If you sell an
so.
extra game, you get an extra $5, and you're like, "That's what
Yeah,
I would do." I would do that all the time. That's the only
dude. And
time I
I'd
would
be like,
sell games. Like if you
I'd be
sold
like,
a certain
yeah,
amount.
let's do it. And then they'd be like, if you want, I mean, and if you want to, you can get the Game Informer guide, and that'll give you 10% more. I was like, dude,
Exactly, and like selling games is
they're
even
wild, bro.
worse.
They are
They were
crazy.
good. They were good. They had us because
They're
we're
really good.
young, impressionable.
And we're dumb, and there was, it's funny. I sent you a TikTok today of this, but it was about a friend trying to make a friend go out. Did you see this or no?
You try to make a friend go out.
It's a TikTok I just sent you today, so
Oh,
maybe you haven't seen it. But it's
possibly.
basically, he tells him, he goes like, "Oh, it's like, it's that friend that's a salesman," and so he tells him, he's like, "I don't feel like going out today," and then the guy is like, "Well, why don't you feel like you're not going out? Please explain." And then he's like, "Oh, well, every time we go out, there's no girls that want to hit on, they don't want to get with me or anything like that." And do you feel like he's trying to sell it to him like a freaking salesman?
Oh
I'm
my
not selling
gosh.
it really well, but dude, it is freaking hilarious. And that's what I imagine the GameStop dudes doing to us. They're
I mean,
selling us this lifestyle that we couldn't afford as kids.
it's also
And
like car
here we are.
dealers, right, and like all that stuff, and
Yeah, right. But yeah.
we wanted to get a free trip out of it, and the guy's like, "Do you guys not want to build a legacy?"
Build
and,
the
and,
legacy,
and I'm
bro.
like, "Oh, build a legacy."
Oh my gosh. Let me tell you one funny one. So I had moved to a new house, and there was a guy who came in, and he was like a security company. It was like one of those security companies. We ended up doing something else, but it was like, I don't know what it was called. But he came in and he's like, "Oh, hey, I heard you guys don't have your security going." And we're like, yeah, we were looking for some things. He's like, well, if you guys want, I can get you the one that this house had before, and you'll save about 10 grand or something like that. And I'm like, you know what, we're good. We're gonna look around. He's like, oh, I guess you guys don't want to deal. I guess that's all right. Whatever you say. Like he was
Yeah,
trying to make me feel bad for not taking his
yeah,
offer.
they
I'm
do.
like, get
That's
the
what they
and
do.
I was like, get the hell out of my house. Get the hell out of my driveway. Like
Yeah,
what?
I mean,
Like where do you get off trying to fucking sell me
that's
something
more
like this?
pre-order.
Whatever. But
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, man, I mean, that's all I really have to say about this whole pre-order collector's edition stuff. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to throw in there.
no, I'm done.
Okay. Is there anything you want to say to the audience before we head out?
Yeah, dude. Please, if I may, man, thank you.
Of course.
Thank you. Now, friends of the channel, thank you for tuning in every week when we drop an episode. We appreciate it, and we appreciate you.
Yes.
Please follow us on Instagram at checkpoint_reached. There, I and Lex will be posting when we drop an episode, which has been consistently every Friday. So you can catch us on there. We are on YouTube. And if you want to talk to us on Instagram, if you want to talk to us on the YouTube comments, let us know what you want pre-ordered or what you did pre-order and you didn't like or you loved or you
Or
still
pre-order, yeah.
have.
Mhm.
Anything like that, give us a shout out. But please, Lex, send us home.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to almost interrupt you. But yeah, share some
No, you're
stories
good.
about some pre-order nightmares you've had where you pre-ordered a game and it was just awful. But yeah, please, again, like Henry said, Instagram checkpoint reached underscore reached. You can follow us there. You can talk to us. Maybe some ideas for some things you want us to cover. That would be great. We would love to hear it. We would love to hear from you. Please like, subscribe. Thank you all so much for listening. We will see you next week. Checkpoint reached.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.